what is the difference between the conventional engineer non-OBE level 1 and the level 2. If one engineer is graduated in level 2, what it make the difference? The main difference is that he is exempted from the CDR competency demonstration report, for the immigration of Australia and Canada. The Australian Engineer Australia is the assessment body. Actually, they want the assessment of your degree. And you people should, for example, if you are an engineering graduate and you have work experience and you want to immigrate, you want to immigration and immigrate to Australia or Canada. The Australian government or the Engineering Australia, which is the assessment body, they will assess your degree. Otherwise, they will not give you the score for the immigration. So for the assessment, they will from where you have got this degree, where you work experience, from where you have your work experience. You have to write the episodes, the 2 to 3 or 4 episodes you have to write, and they will assess. Once you are graduated in the OBE system, you will be exempted from all this hectic routine. And this is the platform where the engineer from the Pakistan, India, or other development country become the level of the engineering graduate which will get their degree from the industrialized country like Australia, Canada. The assessment method is the same. So I mean that if you get level 2 degree, you will be exempted from the CDRs and all the assessment process. So you will be exempted from that, and you will get the opportunity to work with the engineers, graduates on the same platform. So this is the big advantage of level 2 accreditation. So the mission of our university is to produce graduates equipped with the state-of-art education, in-depth knowledge, relevant skills to foster research and development. You people should know that everything which are encompassed, like relevant skills, development activities, foster research, to emphasize concept of how innovation is creativity, and all these things are overcome and encompassed by the vision and vision. So BE electrical engineering, we are going to in 4 years. We have total number of credit hour which we will be covering are 134, and the attendance requirement is like 75%. These are the requirement of Pakistan University. Once the student gets 75% of attendance, he will be eligible to appear in the examination. Will be allowed to appear in the examination, and the 2% GPA is required to get the degree. This is the eligibility requirement. These are the admission criteria, like 60% marks in ACE, and for the matriculation. These are the standard assessment criteria which University of UET Peshawar is following, like other university which are conducting the ETA test, and after the student appear in the ETA test, they will be eligible to apply for engineering in Surrey University. And now the most important thing I want to realize to you people that this time the university is offering 50% exemption of fee in tuition. And look, likewise the students are the ambassador of our engineering department or our university. You people are also the ambassador, and you people should public these things, that the university is offering the exemption of fee of 50% scholarship to the all intake of fall 2022. This is the important thing. And the second thing is, like diploma associate engineer are also eligible. Before then, only 2% of the diploma seats were available to get admission in the Pakistan BE Electrical at Surrey University. Now all diploma holders are eligible to take admission on open merit basis, and what kind of their disciplines are eligible for electrical engineering, the diploma holders of instrumentation engineering, the diploma associate engineer of electronics, diploma associate engineer in electrical, diploma associate engineer in telecommunication. You people should know that if you find these sort of students, you can invite them to get admission in the electrical department of Sarhad University. This is actually the accreditation history of our department. We have our first intake batch in 2015, and this was accredited by AC1. AC1 is like the level 1 accreditation, like conventional engineering accreditation program. So after that, the second batch was in 2006 and 2007, and we grabbed the accreditation of 2007 and 2 years in a row. After up till 2016, in 2015 or in a one visit we grabbed 2 years of accreditation. One was on level 1, 2015 batch, and 2016 batch was on level 2. So the student of level 2016 intake batch and 2017 batch are only accredited on level 2 OBE based, outcome based education, or you can say industry oriented. They are industry oriented engineers in our sense. So and 2018 batch we are applied this August. They will be visiting us, and we are applied for that. So, and this is actually the OBE implementation activity. So we will be actually some input from you people we will be needing to upgrade this graph. So we have updated up till now, but there is something missing. Probably we will be upgrading this from you people. POs. These, as in the first session I told to you people, and we have a very productive and fruitful discussion. And at this situation, you people should know what actually PUs, how can it can be designed, where it map to the upper blocks, and from where we can get the input to design these PUs. So these are the 3 standard PUs. Number first, the graduate, once we went 4 years of education, the student can get from here. So what he should learn, how he should demonstrate, how he can be productive to the industry. So number first, the graduate will have the knowledge to analyze, investigate. Look at, these are the keywords, and these keywords actually hitting the 12 PLOs. The 12 PLOs will be hit by these keywords. And you know, this to solve complex engineering problem. This was the first PO. The second one, the graduate will be able to serve and lead. So this is the lead. It actually the leading skills are involved here. And then the socio-economic and environmental development. Before then, the environment, the keyword environment were not present in our POs. So Pakistan, after the previous year visit, Pakistan Engineering Council recommended that you people should incorporate the word environment. What is the environment impact of your 4 years of engineering on the society? So we have included the silos related to the environmental impact. For example, we have revised the silos of the course power generation and utilization, power generation, power system protection, power system analysis, renewable energy resources, greenhouse gases to eliminate greenhouse gases, carbon emission. So such kind of silos we have paraphrased them and incorporate those silos on those courses, and in order to encompass this environmental development. And then the third silo is the graduate will demonstrate lifelong learning attitude, the most important entrepreneurial and soft skills with ethical values. Before then, the word entrepreneur were present, but there was no course. As the HOD's engineer Anis told you people that after their visit, the entrepreneur course were introduced, and their CLOs were designed. And this time, one of our faculty members is actually teaching that course. So these were the three standard POs, and then these POs actually hitting the vision and vision of the university. That was the loop which I have discussed to you people in our earlier session. Look at, this is actually POs, and these POs are assessed every year. Then how can we assess? Actually, this assessment have to be evaluated on the basis of their reports every year, and after 4 years the POs will be revised. And who are the stakeholders in order to design, investigate these POs? The stakeholders are institute vision, mission, faculty, employer survey, alumni, industry advisory board. So most of them are actually from the indirect assessment method. And their attainment, look at these, their attainment 20% is from the indirect assessment and 80% from the direct assessment. And actually one of from the engineering council, actually one of the employer surveys were showing 50%. So we have changed the 20% from the employee who agreed with the POs. Later on, it will be discussed from the survey forms. And these are the standard PLOs: engineering knowledge, problem analysis, 12 PLOs, engineering knowledge. So our first PO, program education objective. Look at, I want the attention for you, few people. Look at the first POs is actually analyze, investigate, solve complex engineering problem. So it is actually hitting the engineering knowledge, problem analysis, design development, investigate, and modern tool usage. Actually, it is hitting 5 POs. PO2 is actually hitting the PO7 and PLO9. Similarly, PO3 is hitting the remaining PLOs of the electrical engineering. This is the graph which actually our 44 courses actually after once they graduate, the student become graduate from here. So actually how many PLOs are involved in their 44 courses? So this is the percentage. In PLO1 is hit at the most 18% and then 17, and then because our courses mostly involve the engineering knowledge, which 70 to 65 to 70% most of the courses are from the engineering background. And the psychomotor affective domain is 11%. Before then it was less than 8, I think less than 7 to 8%. Then after introducing the course like organizational behavior, entrepreneurial skills, and the professional ethics, and some of other courses, we achieved the 11% of affective domain. And the cognitive domain is 64%. Psychomotor domain is actually psychomotor. You people already know that the labs, the courses in which their hand-on is involved, is called psychomotor domain. This is the attainment of PLOs. So at cohort level, we need 50% at least, above than 50% in order to attain the PLO. At individual level, we also need 50%, as discussed earlier in our earlier session. So 80, the direct assessment is need full 80% of direct assessment and 20% of indirect assessment in order to attain the 12 kilos. The curriculum, this is actually the scheme study. We can say the scheme study of electrical engineering. So these are actually in the light blue, these are from the engineering background, and from non-engineering there are some from the from the affective domain, some from the cognitive domain, and actually there was also a problem. First we were offered 19 credit hour in 5th semester, I think. So we have switched one course from 5th semester to 6th semester, and from 6th semester that was embedded system, and we have switched the entrepreneur to 6th semester and embedded system to 5th semester, so in order to achieve the 18 credit hour in each semester. There are total of 134 credit hour. What is the purpose of this elective? This is actually mandatory that you people should, the department should also offer the list of electives. Why it is needful to offer elective course in parallel with some core courses or some depth courses like basic courses.
Specialization.
Actually, in semester system, it is a bit flexible system. The student should opt those courses which they need, which they are interested and helpful for their future. So this is, for example, the student of electrical, once the student of electrical engineering is actually interested in electronics. So there should be a course of like power electronics that he can be he can opt for that one. If the student is like interested in communication, so he can have like optical fiber communication, he can opt that course. So there are streams, and it is like a bit flexible. Or the second thing, the availability of faculty. If you have a faculty which is highly qualified in that course, the departmental committee or the HOD will decide that this course will be offered of that elective instead of that elective. So it is also necessary to have some chunk of elective courses in our BE electrical program. This is actually our distribution from non-engineering, humanities, management, sciences. So 30% we took from non-engineering, and 70% we took from engineering courses. This is actually the delivery. People are already familiar with. We have 6 semester, 2 weeks, 16 weeks. We have 8 semesters, 16 weeks for teaching, learning, and 2 weeks we have for the examination. Now, this is actually the CQI process of CLOs. Look at the major difference of the CQI process of CLOs as compared to the POs is actually their frequency. Every semester we have to revise these CLOs, and then evaluation, analysis of the evaluation and analysis, the OBE committee will recommend or process those CLOs which are revived towards the higher quality. And the difference between the CQI loop is actually the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders which are involved in the CLOs? They can ask you people. Once you want to revise your CLOs, who will be the stakeholder? So this should be on your fingertips. Like the stakeholder involved in the POs are vision and mission, indirect assessment, survey forms, LMI, CVC. But here, the stakeholder involved in the CQI group are only course instructor and faculty. What is the difference between the course instructor and the faculty? because you are not the only specialized person to teach that course. You can also discuss those silos which you have designed or which you have recommended with your colleague, with your faculty member. They can give you the input. You can discuss it with your HOD. He can give you an input. You can discuss those silos with your OBE coordinator. They can give you input. So the stakeholders are the instructor, faculty, and Board of Studies and IAB Industry Advisory Board. This is the list of faculty member. So Engineer Dr. Mr. Rahman is our chairman, then Dr. Abid. So we should also, we need your picture. We also need yes, I have, we have to upgrade this. And myself, Engineer Shahid Alam. You can look if there is something needful, we have to upgrade this. This is our, actually we have 10 students in intake batch 21, 9 students in intake batch 2020, 19 students in intake batch 19, and 17. Total number of students we have 25. And this is actually how to calculate student-teacher ratio. So we are in this very safe hand in this ratio, but we all should work hard in actually to get and grade the students from the market for the intake batch fall 2022. This is actually, we will be upgrading, as I have discussed earlier, we will be upgrading this research profiles of our researchers. These are the activity of the faculty and training. So we will be eliminating these old trainings and incorporate the new training as well. So many training, 5 to 6 training we have done. So we will incorporate it in this slide. This is the student record as mentioned earlier in our student-teacher ratio. These are actually the visits which we have conducted up till now for the students, 6th semester, student of 6th semester. No, this is actually the activities in which we have involved, our students are involved. Some have grabbed positions or distinctions. So first was like project exhibition open house, which was conducted in December 2020. So our student won the VC cash prize. Then in the second National Incubation Center, some of the students were shortlisted, and the Pakistan Science Expo also some idea was shortlisted. In sports gala we have participated, and all other these are actually, this is the list. This is actually the labs, the infrastructure and labs. So we have total number of 10 labs. So if it is needed, that the lab director can give us some input in order to upgrade this list. This is the information related to the library, and actually this is the slide, the most important slide, which is actually which come from the ILO Office of Electrical Department, Engineer Hashim Sir. So up till now, actually this is the list of industry advisory board member, which can give the input in our CPI loops. So this is some are from the from the WABDA, some are from the PTCL, some are from the other private and public department. It is the list, and these are the MOUs which we have signed with the other engineering industries. So we have, it is the reality. We didn't sign any any fresh MOU up till now with other engineering industry. So we all should have ties somehow in the engineering industry. So we can it is like a teamwork. We can work with the ILO office of the Sarkar University, and in order to get MOU and in order to upgrade the MOUs with the engineering industry, and it is very important because our student can get internship there. We can get our student can get job over there. It is very important to have strong ties with the industry, because how can you can give the product as I mentioned earlier, the industry oriented student. If you have the strong ties within the industry, then the department would be able to graduate our student on the basis of industry oriented. This is the list of our visits of some industries, like the we have up till now 8 visits if we count them separately, and it is the matter of appreciation we can give you, Mr. Hashmat, Engineer Hashmat, which is our departmental idol, and our HOD, who has worked very hard and utilized his ties with the university. And in order to, it is very different to manage a single visit. I know personally. You have to request the industry, because in nowadays situation like the chaos and anarchy in the security situation of the country, and like COVID situation, no one can invite you to get your student to those industries. But it is sheer the involvement of our HOD, who have utilized his ties with the industry, and up till now it is like a big achievement in this session of fall 21 and spring 22. We managed up till 8 industry visits. We can upgrade this, but I think these photos are suitable for this slide. You can give me another chunk of photo. And this is the quality management system. So this is actually not a customized block diagram. We can eliminate some blocks from this. This is like the whole tree. The board of governors at the top, then academic council, then BOF board of faculties, then the board of studies, and career counseling, and ILO's departmental ILO alumni office, and industry advisory board. So how they can interlink together, or how can they work together in order to achieve what? The 3 PEOs. These all blocks are actually, they work together in order to achieve those 3 POs which are defined for the electrical department of Sarkar University. This is actually the CQI graphs. So the CQI graph, or let's say the graph before activities, before the loop, the CQI loop, and after the CQI loop. So after the what it's called, the activity, additional activity, or corrective action plan, we can say corrective action after the corrective action plan. And this is the last one. But we will be upgrading the last 2 or 3 slides. We will this time presentation we will be in the presentation we will be including the graph of POs, because most of the students are now, our students are graduating. We are following the PO system since the intake batch of spring 2018. So now we are in the position, alhamdulillah, to present them in the pie charts. Each and every faculty member has to present this presentation to in the market. Like they should visit the technical college they should visit the FSC colleges, their principals, and we will be, the department will direct them and give them assignment to present our department in order to grab the students from the industry. So this is very important presentation. I'll be sharing with all of you